You guys see both the duck and the rabbit? When your head's straight up, I see a duck. When I turn my head to the side, and I see a rabbit. Okay? All right? So, same as first semester. Couple of the expectations for this class haven't changed. Get here on time. Be ready to go. Okay? You know we're going to be taking notes in your note packet. You know you're going to be able to, or you are able to use that note packet on any test or quiz or formative or final. So it's only benefiting you to be ready to go and write stuff down in your notes. Okay? All of that stuff is the same. Okay? So get here on time, be ready to go. Okay? Please, please, please sit in your assigned seat, ready to learn. Okay? It helps us, okay? Because sometimes we have, ulterior motives in mind. We've got like, okay, I'm gonna pair these two up because we might do a shoulder activity or shoulder buddy activity. Okay? That kind of a thing. Also, if we're gone, if Mrs. Hill or I are gone, it helps because then you're sitting in your seat and the son knows who you are and doesn't have to, figure out all this stuff. Okay? You should have your note packet. You should have a pencil. Calculator for this unit, maybe, but you really don't need one right off the start. Okay, because we're plotting points this time. We're not doing calculations. We're just mapping out where stuff should go. But if you need a calculator, you can have a calculator. Okay? Up, this one down. Third thing, take quality notes. Like I said, you get to use them on that. One other thing with the pencils, every once in a while, we, find some new pencils, or find some old pencils, I should say, and we put them up here if you need to borrow one. Okay? But you should be taking it. Notes, if you want to take them in pen, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But preferably, you do your homework in pencil. Okay? Taking quality notes. We talked about that. What else we got? Start homework when the notes are complete. Yep. Okay. One thing that last semester taught us is that you guys don't like to do much work outside of class. So utilize your in-class time and get your work done, because then you don't have to do it outside of class. Okay? We even toyed with the fact of doing late work and not giving you full credit for stuff that gets turned in late, but I don't know if that's going to help. Okay? You gotta get your homework done on time, because otherwise it all just builds a snowball effect. It just keeps building and building and building, and then the test comes, and you're like, oh, I'm not ready for this test because I haven't been doing my homework. So do your homework. We don't give you that much to do. Okay? Then this one, don't ask to use restroom. We same as first semester. Okay, where one student can be gone at a time. Wait until notes are done to start asking, unless it's a super duper emergency. Okay, and I'm not going to question your super duper emergency unless it becomes a repeated super duper emergency. Then I'm going to say no. Okay, right? And I have the right to say no and to not allow you to go to the bathroom. Okay, right? Next one, we work. Oops, down on me. Okay, we work until the class is over. Okay, don't pack up early. One, that's rude. Two, you're wasting your own time, like we said for number 7. Complete the assignment outside of class if you don't finish it during class. For sure, we are not this semester going to be grouping at the door. Okay, at 55 or 35, depending on the day, that's when we can leave. Okay? All right? And then and only then. Okay? Good stuff. If you're struggling, go to the MRC. If you need help, remember that's in room 236 this year. Okay? So that can making sure we do that. Any questions on our expectations? The only other one that I didn't put on there is we do offer math support. If you feel that you would like to be put in math support, you can do that. We'll get you in there for some extra help in a more smaller setting. The other thing too is this little recording thing going on down here. I record one class a day, and then I post that recording. And that recording is of this screen. So you see the screen, and you hear my voice, you hear your voices. Okay? The microphone's over there next to the computer with the green light on it. Those then get posted onto Canvas. So if you're gone for some reason, someday, or some of you there seem to have been more conflicts this year too, or this semester, I should say, than first semester. If you miss class for some reason, that day's class is posted on Canvas at some point in time during that day. Okay? So check it out and see. Usually, so typically I try and record the 8 o'clock class so that then during my lunch, which happens at 10, it gets posted. So that it's up there ready to go. Okay? Right? But I'm human too. Sometimes I forget. Okay? All right. Let's do this. So we're going to start with the warm-up up at the top. Okay? So warm-up up at the top, I would like you to remember some of your things from what we talked about right before break. So we're graphing inequalities here. First off, let's talk dots. How many different types of dots are there to go on a number line? There's 2 different kinds. What are they? Open and a closed. So a filled in dot and an open dot. An open dot is just basically a circle. Okay? All right? Second thing, how many numbers have to go on our number line? At least 2, right? Okay? The number that we're specifically about, and then some other number. I really don't care what that other number is. We said we kind of like 0 first semester, which was fine because 0 is a nice easy one. But if you put some other one, as long as it's in the proper position, we're good. Okay? All right? And then what do we finish it off with? We got to have a dot, add a specific number, and then what do we finish it off with? It's an A word. Ends with row. We finish it off with an arrow. So an arrow goes in either direction. Okay? So please do these 3 warm-ups right now. So let's go kind of in a weird jumbled order. Okay? So we're going to start with the second thing that we talked about in the first one. So what are 2 numbers that what's the one number that I need to have on my first number line for A? I got to have 3. Okay? Right? So I can put 3 anywhere on that line. Okay? What's another number that I need? Or that I could have? 0. Lots of people, when I was walking around, they put 0 on the number line. So 0 should be on that side of the number line because 0 is smaller than 3. Smaller numbers are to the left. Yes? Okay. All right. Then, what type of dot am I going to be using? Open or closed? What do you got? An open dot. An open dot at the 0 or an open dot at the 3? At the 3. Yep, exactly. We're going to put an open dot here at the 3. Okay? So we're going to put a circle there. Or I saw some people put the circle up above the line too. Totally fine. There. Okay? Then we got to finish it off with an arrow. Okay? What type of arrow, which direction do we want our arrow to go? To the left or to the right? What is this statement right here? What is this statement telling me? We want the letter or the variable is all the numbers that are, what does this symbol mean? I guess we're going to have to start going around the room. Yasser, we'll start with you. What does this symbol mean? Right there. Give you another chance. Just less than, right? Okay. So this is saying we want all numbers less than 3. Right? Okay? Yeah. Which way does that mean? Which way is smaller numbers? Left? Yep, left. So we're going to have an arrow going to the Now, lots of you haven't had me yet. This is your first time. Some of you have had me. I'm a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of a guy. Thumbs up, you got that. Thumbs to the side means you missed maybe the second number or the arrow. Thumbs down says, whoa, we got to do some more of that stuff. Okay, so where are we at? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Where are we at in the thumbs? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm literally asking you to put a thumb up or a thumb down. Wake up and let's do this. Thumb up, thumb down, and thumb to the side. All right, sounds good. All right, number 2. Okay, Dylan, we're up to you. What 2 numbers do we need on the number line? 0 and 2. You want 0 to the left or 0 to the right? To the left, okay, because 0 is smaller than 2. Love it. Stephanie, open or close dot at 0, open or close dot at 2. Close dot at 0 or at 2? At 2. Love it. Ash, are you familiar with this symbol? Do you remember back, now I'm going to make you think a long way away, or a long time ago. Probably back in elementary school, we had inequality symbols, and your elementary teacher probably said that alligator likes to eat the bigger one. That happened. That? Okay. So what this is saying, alligator wants to eat the letter, right? So we want all numbers. The letter represents all numbers. Okay? Right? So we want numbers bigger or smaller than 2? Bigger. Yep, exactly. Bigger. Okay, which way is bigger? Left or right? Right. We're going to have an arrow going to the right. Love it. Okay. Wyatt, to you. What 2 numbers do we need for C?
0 and -1.
Okay, do we want 0 on the left or 0 on the right?
0 on the left.
Give you another chance.
Oh, -1.
Because it's -1. Yep, so 0's on the right. Yep. Okay, open or close that. Open. Okay, now let's look back at the 2 that we have up there. Which one do you think? Open or close? Why close? No. You gotta look at this. You gotta look at the symbol. Why close? That little bar underneath, right? What does that little bar underneath represent? Equals to. Okay, so that's why we close it. Okay. Follow-up question: the dot at the -1 or the dot at the 0? At the -1. Arrow going left, arrow going right. Well, you tell me. What's the inequality statement saying? X is less than or greater than? X is, remember, less than or equal to, right? -1. So where are numbers that are smaller than the number that we have? Left or right? Always left. Smaller numbers are always left. Bigger numbers are always right. Okay? All right? All right, here we go. Right? Now, the writing comes in. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do 2 of those number lines. Okay? And we're going to put those number lines on what's called a coordinate plane. Okay? So a coordinate plane is a horizontal number line, which we just did 3 examples of, mixed in with a vertical number line. So now we've got 2 dimensions. Okay? We've got lefts and rights, and we've got ups and downs. Okay? Because we've got 2 number lines, which means that if I want to put a point or a dot somewhere on there, I've got to have 2 numbers to go along with it. I always think of a coordinate system as like an address. Okay? So your address is different than my address, right? I don't think I woke up this morning and saw any of you living in my house. So that means you're living somewhere else. Okay? Which means your address is different than mine. Okay? Any point on a coordinate system has its own address. Okay? And no 2 addresses are the same. Okay? Because they're different points. Okay? Right? So how we go about those to tell exactly where we're at, what that address is, so we make what's called an ordered pair. Now, one way that you can label an ordered pair is X, comma, Y. Okay? That's one way. So we look horizontal first, then we look vertical. Okay? So that's just, so we look left and right first, then we look vertical. We look horizontal, then we look vertical. We look left or right first, and we look up and down. That's the last one. Okay? All right? Because we have a grid, we have broken up into 4 parts. And we call those 4 parts the 4 quadrants. And we use Roman numerals to label those quadrants. So this up here is quadrant number 1. In quadrant number 1, all of your points are positive, comma, positive. Okay? If you want to write outside the grid so that you can see that, that's fine too. But I don't have much space up in that corner. Okay? So in quadrant number 1, all of your points are positive X, comma, a positive Y. In quadrant number 2, now here's where things get goofy. It goes counterclockwise. So quadrant number 2 is over here, and all of those points are negative X, positive Y. Okay. Then we come down here for quadrant number 3, and all of those points are negative X and negative Y. That's the negative quadrant. Okay? Negative X, negative Y. Yeah, so you're going to want to write this stuff down. I promise. It's going to come back. Okay? And then lastly, we have quadrant 4, which is positive X, but a negative Y. Okay? So I am now point A. This is on the back side. We're on the back page now, or the second page number 2. Okay? I am point A. My horizontal position is 9, and my vertical position is 8. Okay? So what we want you to do is we want you to what is called plot that point. We want you to put a dot somewhere on our grid and label that dot with the capital letter A. Okay? So it says that my horizontal position is 9, which means that we're going to go to the right 9 because it's positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we went 9 to the right because it was positive 9. And then it says its vertical position is 8. So from that 9th spot, then we're going to go up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right there, where we end up, that is where we put our dot, and we label it with point A. That position, or that point, would be the point 9, 8. Because its horizontal was positive 9, its vertical was positive 8. Everybody with me on that one? Okay? You try number 2. Stay with me now. Okay? You try number 2 and label and find the coordinates of point B. X coordinate is -3, so that means I'm going negative horizontally, which means I'm going to the left. 1, 2, 3, and vertically positive 4, so that's up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's where I put my dot. And I label it with a capital B. The coordinates of that point are -3, 4. Okay? Let's label point C. My X coordinate is 7. My Y coordinate, so if my X coordinate is 7, is that the left one in this point or the right one in this point? X coordinate from the front side. The left value or the right value? Where are we at? Michelle, we were up to left value or the right value? Yes, in this case, but X is really, if I flip our page back over, remember it goes X, 1. So if it says my X coordinate is 7, then that one would be 7. Okay? Alright? But then it went on to say that my Y coordinate is the same. So yes, technically in this case, you were correct. Both of them are 7. It was kind of a tricky question. Okay? So the point 7, 7 would be, we switch to purple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 to the right, and 7 up would be point C. Okay. Jaden, let's talk about point D. My X coordinate is 2, right? Is that the left part or the right part of the point? Give me another chance. Because remember, an ordered pair is always X, Jaden up here, is always X, Y. Okay? So the X part would be the left part. There you go. Okay? So left part is 2. My Y coordinate, which is the right part, if my X part is 2, my Y coordinate's the opposite of my X part, is -2. Yeah, exactly. All right? So plotting 2, -2, we're going to go right 2, because that's +2, but then we're going to go down to point D. Point D. point E. Okay? My horizontal position is 3. Really, we're up to you. Okay? Is that X or is that Y? Horizontal. Give you another chance. X. X is horizontal, Y is vertical. Okay? So my horizontal position is 3. So that's my X. Whoop, that's very small. There we go. Okay? My Y coordinate, Latcha, is double that. So if my X coordinate is 3, what is my Y coordinate? 6. So we're at the point 3, comma 6. So now we got to go back and we've got to find the point 3, comma 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're right there. What were we? E? That's point E. Edwin, my X coordinate is -1. Is that the left one or the right one? Give me another chance. Guys, you got to make this unit be much easier on you. You have got to memorize this. That's never going to change. Never, ever, ever. So right up at the top of this page, write that down. X, comma, Y. The faster you get that memorized, the easier this stuff's going to be. So left one or right one? Give you another chance. Left one. Okay, I probably couldn't hear you because they're passing time out in the hallway now and I can't hear anything. What's up, Will? You didn't. I checked it yesterday, remember? Was it? Check it. Go ahead and check it. Okay. So we have -1, right? Then it gives us an equation here for our Y coordinate. Okay? What's up? Today is a 9 o'clock class. Okay? So Y equals 3x. Yeah, sir, we're back to you. If Y equals 3x and my x is -1, what is my Y value then? I need an actual number. +3? Do we agree? Does everybody agree with +3? Not a lot of agreement. So if we put -1 in place of x, right? What is 3 times -1? -1. Do we like -3? Lot more agreement with -3. Okay? Chloe, directions to get to the point -1, -3 from the origin. By the way, this point right here in the middle, the crosshairs, we call that the origin. Okay? How would I get to the point -1, comma -3? I would have, so x is what? Left and right or up and down? You can turn back, I'll let you. Left and right, right? So which way am I going to go? Left or right? 1. I'm going to go left 1. Then I'm going to go up or down. Just down 3, because the negative is the down part. Yep. Yep. So I'm going to go left 1 and then down 3. And that's going to be my point. I forget what we are. Point F. Point F. Is there a G? Oh my gosh, there's a G and an H. My x coordinate is negative 4. That is my left part of the point, negative 4. If my x coordinate is negative 4, what is my y coordinate? 2. Very good. Dylan, to you now. We're at the point negative 4, negative 2. Give me direction and distance to get to negative 4, negative 2. How many? And then down 2. Left 4, down 2. Left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 2. Right there. And that was point G. G. Or F. G. Okay? Love it. Oh. There we go. This one's more of a riddle, Stephanie. Ready for me? Okay. So I have the same x coordinate as negative 9, 1. So is that going to be negative 9 or 1? Negative 9 or 1? Negative 9. Yep, I love it. I have the same y coordinate as 0, negative 5. Is that going to be 0 or negative 5? Negative 5. Love it. All right. So we're at the point negative 9, negative 5. I need an and right. That's my point. Got it written down? Okay, I need direction number, direction number. Left 9. Nailed it. Left 9, down 5, right? Okay. All right, I'm going to use this color. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And that was the point. Right? Sweet. Love it. Oh, plotting points. My jam. My jammy jam. Okay, so now, if you flip that page over, now we give you points on the coordinate system. Okay, so this is page 3 now. So we're giving you points on the coordinate system, and we're going to ask you then to find what the actual points are, what their address is. So let's talk J here first. Okay? So the origin, right there, that's the origin, that's our starting point. So we start there every single time. And J says that I went right 3 and down 1. Okay? So J was right 3, down 1. So that translates into the point 3, negative 1. Right is positive, left is negative. Up is positive, down is negative. Okay? With me? You now find me the coordinates of K, L, M, N, and P. Notice how we didn't use O. K. Point K looks like I go 1, 2 to the left and up none. So that would be negative 2, 0. Thumbs up if we got it. Thumbs to the left if you got 1, or right either way. And thumbs down if you got none. The 0 was the tricky one on that one. Because we didn't have a vertical. We didn't go up at all. Okay, like it? Point L, way over here. So point L is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. 1 and 2 and 3, and 11. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So that's going to be negative 11, 8. Thumbs. Got it? Nailed it? Love it. Okay, next one. Will, out of curiosity, which one did you miss? The expert or the white one? The 11? Like I did? How I went at 10? Yep. No. Great minds can make the same mistakes. No. Okay. M. I don't even see M. Oh, there it is. Found it now. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3. That's going to be -8, comma, -3. Thumbs. Yes. And no left and rights. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but up 4. So that's going to be 0 because we didn't go left and right at all, but we went up 4. So 0, comma. And lastly, P. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 8, comma, 6. Yes? Love it. Okay? So I'm going to hand you out some homework tonight. This isn't really that hard of a homework. You got about 9 minutes here to finish it up. Okay? In class, maybe you finish, maybe you don't. Make sure you're plotting your points all nice and pretty. And then there's some worky work to be shown on the back, some little like review from first semester.